Guys, Johnny here again. I hope you are all well and are looking forward to getting to a bit more normality in the next few weeks. We're near the end of lockdown. It's been a tough few months, but the end is in sight. Hope you are well and looking forward to that. In this week's video, we're going to touch on a few nutrition tips, some fitness motivation tips. We're going to give you a little challenge at the end. And firstly, we're going to cover all those foundational habits like I always do at the start of these videos. So that's all to come. The foundational habits I'm talking about, if we remember these, to start with, it is drink enough water. If you don't drink enough water, everything else you do in regards to your health will suffer for it. So start with a glass of water as soon as you wake up on a morning, and then try and build from there up to 2 litres plus. Especially once it gets warmer, you're going to need more, and when you start being more active. Next one is nutrition. Start with tracking your nutrition. Write it down on a bit of pen and paper. You can use a notes app on your phone. You can use specific apps for this. But tracking it down is step one, and then make them adjustments to get you closer to what your ideal goal is. Okay, that is number two with your nutrition. Third one, exercise. I'll give you a few tips in regards to exercise soon. But if you're just beginning, try and do something you can do every day. 5 to 10 minutes to begin with, and then build from there. Doesn't matter what it is initially, just try and get moving. Then a second part to the exercise is stretching. So I wouldn't band this together exactly with the exercise. Think of exercise as getting the heart rate up, getting the sweat on. Stretching is something you can do first thing on the morning or an evening, and you're just trying to improve that flexibility. You're trying to avoid them injuries that can come with poor posture from sitting down at your makeshift desks at home. There's a number of injuries that can start with poor posture, and we don't want that. So to combat that, stretching every day will be a big help. Last but not least, sleep. Make sure we're getting enough sleep, guys. Can't stress this enough. It impacts your health massively. There's more and more studies coming out with things like Alzheimer's, certain heart conditions, all can be contributed to a lack of sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, everything else in your life will suffer because of it. Your willpower is usually a lot lower. If you are tired all the time, your productivity is going to be lower. So your work life, and if you're trying to exercise and eat right with low willpower, it's just not going to last. So make sure you get your sleep right. I would say 7 hours minimum. Some people do need a lot longer than that though. Right, those are the foundational habits. Start with them. Now let's get into a few more specific tips that can help you with. So first of all, we're going to go for exercise. What can we do with exercise to get you through these last few weeks before the gyms reopen, which will hopefully make things a lot easier. If you struggle to set and achieve goals, I've spoke a lot about goals in these previous videos. If that doesn't work for you, which it doesn't for everyone, and even if it does, it's just another strategy that you can use, is to, instead of setting and achieving specific goals, such as I'm going to lose 3 stone by the end of 2021, just for argument's sake. If that doesn't motivate you to get moving, and that sort of goal with a specific end target and a deadline, then another way to look at it is to set daily and weekly targets and habits for a specific activity rather than the outcome. Let's go back to that previous example, the weight loss one. So if that's the outcome you want, but you know that target's going to be that goal is going to be, it's not going to get you there, it's not going to motivate you to do the work, then set the process targets instead and forget about the outcome. What that looks like is setting something such as 3 times a week I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to exercise for 30 minutes plus. All right, that is a specific a process rather than worrying about the outcome. Now, if you break these down even further, you can do daily, like the daily habits that we're looking at. You can set specific targets for each day. You can do them for each week in terms of your exercise and your nutrition. So if we say we're going to exercise 3 times a week for 30 minutes plus, we're going to cut out sugar from Monday to Friday. Those are processes that if you do them, they will end up getting you close to that end goal, and you've not got the stress of trying to hit your deadlines if it's not working for you. So if you know that setting goals and trying to achieve them that way isn't for you, then try setting small process targets each day, each week, each month, and then forget about the outcome. It's a lot less pressure when you do it that way, but you still can get good results. So that's a little tip for your exercise for this week. This week's nutrition tip. So this is one that a lot of people that I see struggle with, and it's when you have some unhealthy food, you beat yourself up about it, and it ends up causing a spiral, which leads to feeling ashamed by it, and then it just sends into one, instead of one day being where you might eat bad, it turns to 2 to 3 to 4, and then before you know it, you've lost all momentum and you have to start all over again. Now, if you plan ahead of time and you think, right, what foods do I like? What can I plan in to look forward to? Say a pizza, for example. It's my normal go-to one for a weekend. If I know I'm going to have a pizza on a Saturday night, then it's already planned in. That's going to help me, for one, to eat better leading up to that day, because I've got something to look forward to. And then when I do have it, I don't feel bad about it, because it is part of my weekly plan for what I'm going to eat. If you try and be too strict, and then you do have something which 1 or 2 meals on a weekend is not going to make a big difference. Even like you can stretch it even further than that. But if you have a bad meal and you do start beating yourself up about it, the next day you're going to binge a lot more. You're not going to feel good about yourself. You're not going to want to exercise because you just feel down in the dumps. We've all been there. And it just comes from either trying to be too strict or not planning in when you do want to have like your takeaways or your unhealthier foods. So just don't let yourself fall into that trap. If you if you know you're going to eat certain meals on a Friday, a Saturday or Sunday, just plan them in. Know that's going to be the situation and work around it. It just means you need to be a little bit more stricter in the midweek portion, and then you can enjoy yourself a little more on the weekend and not feel bad about it. It means when Monday comes around, you're just ready to hit the ground running again and repeat the process. So motivation, I'm going to give you a little tip on this week, and it's a simple one, but it is effective and not many people do it. And it's just to reward yourself when you do well or you hit the targets that you set. Like we mentioned in the earlier phase about setting them weekly, daily targets, rather like the process goals rather than like a big goal. And if you do them, then reward yourself for it. It can just be something small. It's not something that you want to do to totally undo all the hard work that you've done. Like, it doesn't have to be food related, but it can be. It can just be something like a restaurant that you wouldn't normally go to. I think if I do everything I said I'm going to this week, I'm going to go there. It could be, I know everyone's at home at the moment, but if you think, right, I'm going to rent a new movie that's came out, I'm only going to do that if I say what I'm going to do this week. Think what you want to do that it's not part of your normal weekly routine, something that will give you a little bit of a boost. It could be going to a certain place. Anything that motivates you. Could be buying yourself like a small little gift. If it motivates you and it gets you to stick to your plan on that first week, and then once you make that connection where, right, I've done what I said I'm going to do, I've got me reward, it's a massive boost, and it will make you want to do it more and more. So definitely try it. It's nothing new here. It's do what you say I'm going to do. Reward yourself for it. But if you can get momentum built up on this, you can really go places. And once you are 3-4 weeks in, there's no stopping you. Okay, so give this one a try, guys. It really does work. Last thing for this week, we're going to keep up this challenge that we've been doing every 2 weeks. It is the steps challenge. It is a simple one, but it is a good one. We're getting nicer weather now, so there should be no excuse why you can't get outside and get some serious steps in. If you've been doing well in these winter months, then now we really should be stepping it up. Even if you're struggling for time, just try and get yourself out on a little walk. It really does you the world of good, just getting outside the house. Plus, you're getting that activity in and building them steps up. So the challenge is from Monday to Sunday, get in as many steps as you can. Track on your watch, your smartphone, and whatever you prefer, and get as many in as you can. Let me know your score at the end of the week. That is it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and it does give you a few little insights, few little tips that you can take away and use. If you have any questions or you want me to explain anything further, please drop me an email. I'm more than happy to help. Have a great week, guys. Take care.